air quality index in Delhi. Stubble burning increases in North India. Delhi's air quality dips to poor category, with temperatures dropping, pollution drifting in towards some of the nearby states as well. Delhi's air quality has shifted from moderate to poor. A layer of fog now engulfs the city as the air quality index drops to 293, classified as poor. With stubble burning on the rise and winter conditions setting in, air quality is now expected to deteriorate further. Meanwhile, as pollution is increasing in Delhi, toxic foam was seen floating on Yamuna River in Kalindi Kunju area. Delhi government is now set to hold an emergency meeting to address the pollution levels. Strategy to monitor 13 hotspots through the war room that they've set up is all set to happen today. Several AQI meters in Delhi, including those in Anand Vihar, Alipur, Bhavana and Burari, have all entered the very poor category today. Let me cut across to Aishwarya Paliwal joining us live for more on that. Aishwarya, the pollution levels in Delhi already peaking barely before winter has set in. What really are the measures that the government is deciding to adopt? Any central government policies that are to be adopted? Is the Delhi government working with the centre on this?
Well, Nabila, let me tell you, one thing is for sure. Come next week and we will see the blame game taking place. On one side will be the Aam Aadmi Party, which is looking after the national capital. On the other side, it will be the BJP, which is at the government at the central level. But more than that, the question which we have been asking year after year is what's happening to the money which is being spent. What you see around me is the foam that is now being formed, a very thick layer of it, Nabila, on the Yamuna River. Now, this is barely 2% of the entire Yamuna River, the area between Okla all the way till Kalindi Kunju. But this is 80% of the pollution that you are seeing from the start till the end of the Yamuna River. Barely 2% of the river flows through here, but it has 80% of the pollution. This is toxic water, Nabila. We cannot touch it, and God forbid, if someone drinks it or if in some way it reaches your homes, then be sure that you will get one disease or the other. That's what doctors and experts have been speaking about. What's more shocking, Nabila, is the amount of money which is being spent both by the central government and even the state government. Delhi Jal Board, Nabila, which looks after the cleaning of the Yamuna, it's one of the boards which looks after the cleaning of the Yamuna, year after year has been spending close to 500 crore rupees. And overall, in the past 5 years, 6,000 rupees have been spent on various projects. Where is the money going? And more than that, you do not see any kind of cleanliness drive taking place at the moment. The maximum the government does as Chhath approaches, they corner off this entire ghat, ask people not to submerge the idols, not to take part in Chhath Puja in this ghat. But that does not mean that the pollution levels are abating anymore. Nabila.
My God, Aishwarya, I'm surprised that you managed to get to the center of that dirty, frothy water. How did you even manage that? And I hope you're taking enough precautions. You should be wearing a mask.
Well, Nabila, one has to take precautions, but what is unbelievable is that this is the national capital, Nabila. It's unbelievable if you do not see it from your own eyes. This is thick layer that we are now seeing, thick layer of froth, which has swept across the entire Yamuna. And this is something which, Nabila, is not one-off incident. It has been happening over the past many years. And if we believe the experts, if we believe people who are very keenly looking at the Yamuna, they believe that this is a problem which will take years to solve. But more than solving the problem, what we see is blame game. Aam Aadmi Party at 1 o'clock today will be holding a crucial meeting, but this is not the first meeting. We have seen over the past many years, meetings have taken place. From what we are understanding, the blame game will definitely begin. They will also be pointing fingers both at Haryana and at Uttar Pradesh, saying that the Yamuna is polluted. But what is happening to Delhi Jal Board? What's happening to the money which is allocated? The Delhi budget has separate funds for the cleanup of the Yamuna, but this is the reality. This is the reality of the national capital.
My God. So the frothing is basically surfactants, which is basically foaming chemicals that come from soaps and detergents. And this happens year on year. But this is the national capital, Delhi, the Yamuna River, where you have people living in the vicinity, thickly populated. And yet doesn't seem like there's a solution that's been brought in by respective governments. The Aam Aadmi Party clearly has failed. Aishwarya Paliwal, hope you're fine and get out safe from that area. Let me take you through all the ground reports coming in from that zone.
तो यमुना नदी में मौजूद हूँ। ऐसा यहाँ पर प्रतीत हो रहा है कि हम इस वक्त बादलों के बीच में हैं। पूरा ये सफ़ेद चादर जो दिखाई पड़ रही है, ये यमुना नदी में पॉल्यूशन का झाग है। यानी कि ये झाग पूरा आपको इस जगह जो दिखाई पड़ रहा है, इसके चलते पूरा यमुना नदी इस वक्त प्रदूषित दिखाई पड़ रही है। जानकार ये मानते हैं कि फास्फेट और नाइट्रेट के कंटेंट जो हैं वो इस जल में पड़ने के चलते जब यहाँ पर पानी गिरता है तो उसकी वजह से ये झाग इतना ज़्यादा हो गया है। लेकिन यमुना जिस तरीके से इस वक्त मैली है, उससे साफ जाहिर हो रहा है कि आम लोग जो इस पानी का इस्तेमाल करते हैं उनको बीमारी हो सकती है।
We are in the middle of October and Delhi's air quality index has already, on a stage where it could actually enter the very poor category. It is happening possibly because of the cases of farm fires happening in northern India. But at this point, when Delhi government is actually claiming and different other agencies are claiming they are working on war footing to tackle with the pollution situation, this is a smog tower located at Connaught Place, near Connaught Place on Baba Khadak Singh Marg, and you can see it continues to remain dysfunctional. It's not working on a day when the AQI in the national capital is around 293. At least in the morning on Friday, it was around 293, and several of the Delhi's pockets such as Anand Vihar, Alipur, these are the hotspots which had already touched the very poor category. So the opposition parties are now questioning the Aam Aadmi Party-led Delhi government as to why the smog towers are not working, and on the other side, the Delhi government is about to hold another emergency meeting to tackle the pollution crisis unfolding in the national capital. With video journalist Lokendra Pandey, this is Amit Bhardwaj reporting for India Today from Delhi.
Of course, expect the BJP to launch this blistering attack against the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal, stating that AAP does not intend to reduce pollution levels, only plays blame game.
इनकी नीयत है ही नहीं कि पोल्यूशन को दूर किया जाए, दिल्ली के लोगों को जीवन दिया जाए। आज फिर से पोल्यूशन जानलेवा हो रहा है। नदी के पोल्यूशन से लेके हवा के पोल्यूशन तक दिल्ली का जीना दूभर है, सांसें फूल रही हैं। 4 महीना बाद चुनाव है। मैं तो दिल्ली से लगातार प्रार्थना कर रहा हूं, इन सारी समस्याओं का निदान निकाला जाए और एक बार बीजेपी को मौका मिले जिससे दिल्ली को हम दिल्ली बना सकें।
आम आदमी पार्टी ने बड़े बड़े वादे किए थे, प्रदूषण मुक्त दिल्ली बनाएंगे। आज यमुना की भी स्थिति देखो और दिल्ली गैस चेंबर बनी है, AQI लगातार गिरता जा रहा है। और क्या करते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी? दिवाली के फटाकों पर बैन, हिंदू त्योहारों पर तो प्रतिबंध लगा देती है, पर यहाँ पर देखिए ये स्मॉग टावर जिस पर 23 करोड़ खर्च हुआ था, उस स्मॉग टावर पर ताला लगा है। दिल्ली के जो अंदरूनी कारण है प्रदूषण के, चाहे वो व्हीकुलर पोल्यूशन, डस्ट, रोड ट्रांसपोर्ट पोल्यूशन, बायोमास बर्निंग, इसके लिए क्या किया 10 वर्षों में? कुछ नहीं, केवल भ्रष्टाचार के सफ़ेद हाथी खड़े किए।